The Maldives is one of the most beautiful places in the world. With crystal clear blue seas and white sandy beaches, it's no surprise that the Maldives is on the top of most people's lists to visit if you haven't been already. One of the most exciting and thrilling parts of visiting the islands in the Maldives is the seaplane transfers to the resorts. If you've always wanted to go on a seaplane or you've got one booked soon and you want to see what it's like, look no further than this video. In this video, I'm going to bring you along with me traveling on the Trans Maldivian Airways, which is the largest seaplane operator in the world. I traveled on the seaplane to go to Angsana Resort and back on my trip to the Maldives. I do have a separate video on my channel about my trip to the Maldives, so make sure you check that out after watching this video. We stayed in a gorgeous overwater bungalow and the whole trip was just so perfect and beautiful. And it all started with the seaplane journey out there. As soon as we landed in the airport, we were met by a member of staff from the Trans Maldivian Airways and were taken to check in at the desk. A group of us was then put on this bus and our luggage went separately in a different bus to take us to the airplane lounge. The drive is about 5 to 10 minutes long. The cost of a seaplane is very hefty, but we can see where our money goes in this lounge. It was so luxurious. We had access to all this complimentary food and snacks and a load of drinks. You can see them all in the fridge there, and also a lot of hot drinks. The staff kept replenishing it as we were eating it. We also got these stunning views of the seaplane area, which really got us so excited for our holidays. Look at this beautiful view. We had quite the lengthy wait here for our seaplane to depart. They are really strict about the luggage allowance, so be really careful as they can and will charge you. I was a little bit sad because there was not enough space for my bag on the seaplane that we were on, because my bag was a little bit overweight, but however it didn't actually take that long. It was a lot quicker than I expected to come to the resort after we left. So when it was finally time for us to get on the seaplane, we were so excited, and look at all the Trans Maldivian Airways planes. There are so many of them, and you can definitely tell it's the largest operator. Before you get on the seaplane, you have to watch this video, which gives you all the instructions on how to be, and they seat you on the seaplane based on weight and lots of different factors, so they tell you where you should sit when you get on the plane. If you've never traveled on a seaplane before, you're going to be very shocked at how tiny they are. I have been in helicopters and everything before, but it is just so tiny in there, and we are packed like sardines. As you can see, there's so many of us and all our luggages and all the crew, and it's such a really tight packed space. So I don't know about that. If you were claustrophobic, you would not enjoy that experience. But all of that is forgotten when you see these breathtaking bird's eye views of the Maldives. It is very similar to a helicopter, except of course that we take off from the sea and also land in the sea. This is such a unique and amazing experience. It is amazing to be able to see right through to the cockpit to see what the pilots are doing. And also the Trans Maldivian Airways pilots are really famous for doing this barefoot. Some people might be a little bit scared to go on a seaplane, but if you think about it, the worst thing that can happen is that you land in water, and the plane is made to take off and land in water, so that should give you a little bit of comfort. Even though the seaplane is really tiny, the takeoff did not feel too bumpy and rocky. It actually felt pretty smooth. These pilots are very experienced and they know what they're doing. Because there is only 3 seats per row, you're likely to be sitting close to a window so you can get a nice view of the Maldives as the seaplane is flying. Depending on where your resort is located, the seaplane is likely to fly over Mali City and then fly over all the different atolls, so you can see the glorious crystal clear blue waters and the white sandy beaches, which is so beautiful to witness from a bird's eye view. The seaplane does not fly as high as regular planes do. It does fly a little bit into the clouds, but not too much. That is perfect because it allows you to see everything that's happening down below. If you've never been on a seaplane before, another thing that might come as a big shock to you is how loud it is. It is so loud, again, quite similar to a helicopter, but you don't get any headphones or anything. So if you're really sensitive to loud sounds, make sure you bring some earplugs or something, because it is super loud. If you're enjoying this video and you love this kind of content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. It really does support my tiny little channel and I appreciate it so much. A seaplane flight should definitely be on the bucket list if it's something that you've never experienced, and the Maldives is the perfect place to do it in. A seaplane allows you to visit some of the most remote islands and resorts. It's so much quicker than going on a boat or a little ferry, as some islands and resorts in the Maldives do offer this as an alternative to Seaplane. The cost of the Seaplane varies depending on where exactly your resort is. For us, it costs just over $500 each. This is quite a large sum to consider and add into the maths when you're calculating your holiday costs, especially if you're a family and there's about 4 of you. It's going to be quite a significant sum. We found the journey really peaceful, relaxing, and so enjoyable. The landing was quite comparable to the takeoff. Again, it was quite smooth and unproblematic. What did surprise us though is that the Seaplane did not land right outside the resort, which is what we were expecting. It actually landed quite far away from the resort, and then a separate boat came to pick us up to take us to Angsana Resort. I'm not 100% sure why this is. I can only assume maybe it's to do with the amount of noise that the Seaplane brings to the area. We weren't 100% sure. This is the jetty where the Seaplane landed, and you can see the pilot and the Trans Maldivian Airways staff with their bare feet that they're famously known for. From here, we weren't waiting long at all till we got picked up by the boat to be sent to our resort and to start our holidays. As you can see in this video, the airplane crew was unloading our bags while the boat was turning up to pick us up. The boat ride to the resort was also very beautiful. We got to take some nice shots of the Seaplane from this angle. It was truly beautiful. Everything about the journey to this resort was just amazing and breathtaking. This was one of the best trips my husband and I have ever had, and we were so excited to experience this. So if you are considering whether you should get a Seaplane or not, I would definitely recommend this. If you have any specific questions at all that I've not covered in this video, as always, don't be afraid to put them in the comments. I'm more than happy to help you and answer any questions where I can. Here is a video of when we were leaving the resort. You can see the gorgeous resort in the background from the Seaplane. So we got to get some nice shots of the resort from here also. Overall, our Seaplane flight was truly unique and the most beautiful flight that we've ever had. And that's it for today's video. If you watched the full thing, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.